Hey guys, welcome back. I am Valla from the bands Nordjevel and Vredehammer. It's time for another Q&A. This is number 3. Thank you for asking questions and watching the videos and subscribing and all that stuff. Before I begin, I want to mention that this weekend I will be leaving for Oslo, where I will be teaming up with the Nordjevel guys. We will rehearse a couple of days and then we're gonna do a tour with the band Possessed around Europe. And if you see your city on the poster, you are of course invited to come and watch us play and maybe have a beer with us and stuff. That would be fun. Also on this trip I will be doing something I never did before. That is, I will be doing kind of a video blog, and this is mainly something I'm doing for my patrons. So I will be posting videos as often as possible on my Patreon page, showing what goes on behind the scenes on a tour, everything from when I'm starting out to the end of the tour. This content will not be on YouTube. There will be kind of a video blog on YouTube after the tour, I'm sure, but the in-depth part of the tour will be posted on my Patreon page. You are of course very welcome to join the trip. Just follow the link to my Patreon page. Patreon is very new to me, but I'm loving the concept where an artist is actually providing a service against a subscription. And in my case, the only subscription I'm offering is $1 a month. So it's basically free, and you get VIP access to everything that goes on in my life as an artist and a musician. So if you're interested, check it out, and if not, you're still cool in my book, but the in-depth VIP stuff will be posted on my Patreon page. Alright, so let's look at some questions. Egregion or EG region or Egregion or Greguria. Let's say EG region, Egregion. Sorry, I'm an idiot. Can you do a video or a series of videos on theory? What scales you use, etc. Thank you for the question. I would love to do videos on theory, but honestly, I'm not the guy to ask when it comes to music theory. I know some music theory, but compared to people who really are into music theory, I'm an idiot. So it's better to watch or ask someone else, because I don't want to give you wrong information. Music theory never really got very high up on my list of priorities, because I always have a lot of projects going. Most of them never really come to life, but within those projects, learning music theory never was very high up on the list. I tried a couple of times going in depth, but it just isn't that important to me, and somewhere in the back of my mind, I guess I know that for what I'm doing, I don't need music theory as much as I might need to learn other skills and mindsets and whatever. And that's kind of what I was saying in the earlier videos. If you know what you want to do, or if you at least have some kind of small idea of what you want to do, just make yourself a list of priorities and find what are the most important things that will get you to your goal, and start at the most important points and go down the list. New important ideas and skills and goals will appear as you go along, so the stuff at the bottom of your priority list will probably never get any attention from you. I'm not saying music theory isn't important, it's of course extremely important. I'm just saying that to me it was never a priority, and I think I've gotten along okay without knowing an extensive amount of music theory. Next question is from Mr. Jiminy Cricket. Your style is so relaxed when you are recording vocals. I'm trying my hand at vocals myself for the first time for a solo demo, but keep blowing myself out. How do you make it sound so powerful on the recording? Thank you, Jiminy. I might not be the right guy to ask this question either, because I see myself as a guitar player more than a singer. If you've seen the story of Vredehammer videos, you know how much trouble I've actually had with teaching myself how to growl or scream or whatever you want to call it. But what I find is if I'm about to record an album or I'm going on tour, it's very, actually not important, it's crucial to me to rehearse a lot before I do these things. So let's say I recently recorded the vocals for the new Vredehammer album, and before this, for maybe 3 weeks, I was just driving in my car, just singing to the old Vredehammer stuff, just to get my throat and voice back in shape. And I start out extremely carefully so I don't hurt myself, and maybe try singing one song one day, the next day I'm singing 2 songs, and if I feel my throat starting to hurt, I stop, I take a break for maybe a day, maybe 2 days, then I go back. And besides that, there are probably many good videos on YouTube on how to actually growl. I think you can do it from different places in your throat in a way. When I growl, I'm growling with a very low volume compared to many other people. But still it sounds like I'm screaming my lungs out on the albums. So I have some kind of technique, but I'm not really sure what the name would be or how I can actually portray it to you so you can do it. But from my experience, it's a good idea to take things very careful. Don't hurt yourself, warm up, take your time, do it gradually, and you don't necessarily need to scream so loud that there's blood gushing out of your face. You can basically, when I'm screaming or growling, I have the same volume as when I'm talking, actually. That's probably not very metal, but that's the only way I know how to sing. I also don't have like different registers. Many people, they can do like a deep death metal growl and a high pitched black metal scream. I only know how to sing in one way, and that is basically the voice you're hearing on the Vredehammer albums. The last question is from Imperium666. Valla, for the next Q&A, if possible, how do you reconcile day job, family and touring? Thank you. Thank you, Imperium666. I've actually tried quitting music a couple of times, trying to manipulate myself into thinking that it would be better for me to have a normal life with a 9-to-5 job and just stay at home with my family and live a peaceful, quiet life. And I think in most cases this is a better way to live for most people. In my case, however, if I'm not doing music, I tend to get a little bit grumpy and maybe a little bit difficult to live with, because it's become such a big part of me, and I've been touring off and on for about the last 16 years. So I guess it's simply a passion that I just feel that I need to pursue. Now, regarding family life and work and all of that stuff, it of course requires a lot of planning. It's good to have a supportive wife and family in general, and also pretty much dependent on having an understanding employer that respects what you're doing. The worst part of touring is of course being away from your family. That can take its toll sometimes, but I just try telling myself that, hey, there are a lot of people that travel with their work, and I really don't travel that much compared to other people. And in the end, I'm actually doing it for my family. Thanks a lot for watching, and special thanks to my patrons. It's so rewarding when I actually see new patrons coming. Subscribe if you want more. And remember what I said about the patron thing in the beginning of the video. Just follow the link in the description and you'll find your way easily, and I'll do my best to keep you entertained. Take care. I hope to see you on tour. Bye bye.